you guys get into music?
I think you should go first.
Ah, music in general. I don't know. That's just always been my thing. Uh, Younger is definitely all the hair metal bands, the Hard 30, the Hard 60 on MTV, all that stuff after school. But it was probably after I discovered Biohazard that things really turned on me. That I was like, okay, a little something else going on out here. I grew up in the city too, so there was a whole lot of the 80s and 90s hip hop too. So you can kind of hear some of that influence in our stuff. That's pretty much about it
Sounds about right.
until, Rancid and Knob Ivy hit my airwaves and game over. Whole different world after that.
Word. How about you, Ryan?
Oh, yeah, and
Um,
Creed. Creed, I heard Creed.
Shut the fuck up.
Creed. Oh God, I'll make fun of you later. For me, and it's kind of weird because like a good amount of my blood relatives on my mom's side, a lot of them were like kind of artsy and stuff. I ended up getting the music variant on that one. Didn't help. My mom ended up doing like a lot of piano playing, so I kind of ended up initially picking up on that a little bit. I tried that and it did not work. Mind you, I'm in like fifth grade trying this, so naturally that's not going to play out anywhere near as well as I would have wanted it to. I think I was in seventh or eighth grade when I started thinking about it. Actually, one of my friends at the time, what was it? Because this was before I mentioned working. What did he give me? I think it was a Lamb of God CD actually. Because yeah, I started off with metal primarily, and it just kind of ended up snowballing from there. Went from Lamb of God, Jimi Hendrix, and then as far as me playing bass, I blame Rage Against the Machine because the second that I started listening to them, that's what I want to do. Picked up a bass, I still have it. It's in my living room, and I still play it. So if that tells you anything,
Shit, yeah. Fucking. I grew up in the '90s and was all over that. Like, I think I started off on when I started playing. Like, I was really into Metallica at the time, right? Because that's what all the kids were into back in the early '90s, and it was the Misfits. Metallica covered several Misfits songs, and then that made me dive right into punk rock.
nice.
Uh,
It's my fault that Ryan plays punk though.
Yeah, it was an outcome to Wolves you gave me, right?
Yeah, I do apartment maintenance, and I remember baby Ryan. He lived in the apartment complex that I worked at, and he
Yeah, I was like
walked around
15
with the
at the
bass.
time.
Yeah, he
And
walked around with his bass all the time. So I was like, I had it copy the CD in my car. I'm like, dude, you like bass? Listen to this.
I go into my apartment and then come out like 30, 40 minutes later. Like, what the hell is this? Dude, I quit. This is too awesome.
Chupaskabra, gonna move your feet to the groove, boy beat. Exit songs will let me carry on, make you wanna sing along. He's an asshole, he's a big bad boy, and a baby with a lady, she's your Antifa. Ruin out a radical, don't give a fuck. Watch your parents argue, he's a man.
how did Chupaskabra first come about? Because it was 2019 you released your first three singles that I could track.
Yeah, I'd been out of the game probably close to 20 years. And our drummer, whose also name is Matt, was just working on some stuff at his house. He was basically doing all the instruments. And it was about an acquaintance that we had back then. And he's like, yo, help me finish this song. So I was bored, nothing to do, and finished it. And we were like, this is actually all right. You want to do another one? And then we gradually started adding more people. We needed, something leads on guitar and stuff. He, a little more than he could do. So we brought in Timmy, which is funny because I met him on Facebook and some fishing pages. We were always bass fishing and stuff. And like one day he mentioned being at a Rancid show. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I was at that show. So like we brought him in and then realized, these are pretty cool, but I can't play shit. I could just make noises with my mouth. And I'm like, well, now we need people to play all these instruments. Because our drummer did like 4 different instruments by himself. And he don't like, that's why he's not here. He doesn't like being in front. So he's like, nope, I'm staying on drums where I'm in the back and nobody can hardly see me. So we're like, well, shit, now we actually need some talent. And we brought in Ryan a little bit later because unfortunately we had our bass player George passed away of COVID. And like I said, I knew Ryan from when he was younger and he started playing in like metal and punk bands. And we actually played with his band he used to be in called Railgun. And he's like, yeah, I'll come in, help y'all out, do some couple shows or whatever. And well, we ain't got rid of him yet. So
Yeah.
It was one of the things. He came in and knew our songs better than we did because we're like, hey, you would just want to see if you could figure out the songs or anything. And he's like, yeah, I know them better than you. So we're like, okay,
Okay, I did not say I know them better than you. I went home and started listening to those songs.
It was implied by your playing that you were just like, yeah, y'all are some bitches. This is how you do it. And we're like, okay, Ryan, show us the way.
Oh my God. Okay. I mean, he's exaggerating, but
nah.
This is what I deal with.
Let the man defend his stance on it.
See, Ryan's modest too. Look at him. See?
No, because he's going to the way that this went. Like I said, I had gone home after he had talked to me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna listen to some of the songs. Yeah, I had played with them before, but I wanted to make sure that I personally wanted to make sure that I had it right. So I'm not gonna lie, I laser focused on like three specific songs, just so the way I could at least say, like, all right, I know what I'm doing on here, and I was able to pick them up. I go there, and well, apparently I played them a little bit too well because right after that, and I'm not kidding you when I say this, Timmy, he's like right beside me as we're doing the practice. I didn't notice this. Apparently, the guy ended up stopping and just watching for a moment. I'm still not entirely sure I believe that one. And they pretty much asked me immediately, like, be the bass player. I'm not gonna lie, I hesitated for a moment. I'm like, I just didn't know it. I just didn't know at the time. So I gave it some thought, and as you can tell, I'm still here.
Word. Well, that's because ska is so fun to play on the bass. Ska is so fun.
Well, he adds to the dynamic too that we have no fucking dynamic. Like we're all on stage doing different shit. There's no rhyme or reason to anything. We look different. Like I said, we've been called the village people of ska punk because it's like, what the hell are these guys even doing together?
The bad part is it's not inaccurate.
I mean, some people have said it like, forget the music. Y'all are fun to watch because we're just mesmerized by like all 5 of y'all. Like, what are they doing? And we don't even know what we're doing. It just happens.
Word.
Ain't it amazing how these fucking pieces fucking fit? Give me a reason to exist. Now that I've got you here, let's don't stop. Leave me shaking every time. Could have had it all.
I was having problems finding information on this split you did with Defiant State Bluegrass versus Old Dominion.
That it's a 7-inch split. It's the first thing we did on Coffin Curse Records. I think that was maybe only 50 or 100 of them were put out. And basically it's all that stuff ended up on the CD that Coffin Curse put out. Just because he wanted to put some more, so he's basically took all our singles and was like, here. That's why, I mean, none of them on there are really mastered or mixed at the same time, you could tell. And a lot of it is like we self-recorded and we were learning as we were going. But, of course, COVID hit right before we were going to start playing out. So, like, in the downtime, that's kind of why we just released everything as singles. Like I said, the first one was a single. We never even intended that we would play a show live. Like I said, it was a 3-piece with like 6 different instruments, and we're like, yeah, we can't do this. And that was the Better Class the Enemy song. It's like, yeah, never intended on playing live. So it's kind of bizarre. we're all old and with kids, and we're like, oh, what the hell? Okay, I guess we're doing this. So I mean, we mainly locally we'll travel a little bit, you know, state or two away, but I have more fun bringing shows to town or like especially startup bands, and I wish we had more all ages venues because I'm always looking for something like somebody's first show or somebody, some young kids or something. I'm like, dude, I want to put you on shows. Back in the day, it was all like in the '90s in Richmond, it was cutthroat, and everybody wanted to be the best, and who's gonna get the show. And now I'm that old guy that ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not at this age. I'm not going anywhere. I want to see you get in the scene. So I would rather put somebody else out there playing with us. I'm more concerned about them sometimes than us. I'm like, dude, people need to see this band. So I'll put them on a show just for shits and giggles.
Shit, yeah. Speaking of that 2022 album, Trash City Rockers, tell us how that came about.
That was like more or less Mike at Coffee Curse. It's like, dude, I want to put something out. And so he's just like, do you care if I throw all your singles together and then you're going to have some CDs and shit for your shows? And I'm like, what are we going to say? No? We're like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. And then he re-released it with a couple more added tracks that we had done. He's like, I don't have any left of the old CD. I was going to repress it. Do you care if I do a deluxe edition where we throw your new shit you recorded on it? I'm like, fuck yeah, go for it. So then he added the like Jim Henson song we did from Name of the Otters, Jug Band Christmas, and 2 or 3 other ones we'd recorded since then. Just to put them out.
Shit, yeah. Shit, yeah. Be honest, that cover, was it inspired by the No Cash Reunion band? They called it the Nazo Nightmare Band.
No, I mean, completely random. When they did that, I mean, I knew exactly what they were implying with that. But it's more or less like we were asked to be on a Christmas comp. And I loved that shit growing up. And I was like, dude, this shit's heavy. And like our guitarist Zeb, who's a big metalhead, is like, I got that. I got that. So I mean, it's almost like an anti-Christmas song. Like sometimes we got, if you've never seen it, we got to explain to people why it's a Christmas song. Like it's actually from a Christmas movie. Like everybody's like, what? Sounds more Halloween. We're like, no. But I mean, that was fun because it's like 3 or 4 characters in it, and me and Timmy did the voices for all of them. And we were sat in the studio laughing our asses off trying to do Muppet voices. It was hysterical. Drinking and like doing Muppet voices. Now I want to do some more shit. I definitely want to try to do Fraggle Rock or something. That would be so much fun.
I think we could probably do that.
Yeah,
We should.
You should. You should. It's not that. It can't be that complicated. It's a fun song. Like
Dance kids away. Worries for another day. Let the music play. Down at Fraggle Rock.
It was probably off time because of the fucking. But it'll work. It'll work on my end. Yeah,
It worked on my end.
So,
to be honest, when we recorded, it'll probably be off time anyway. So hey, there you go.
that's right. I could fix it and post edit. Yeah. Tell me a bit about this new split that you put out in November.
That was I befriended some of the members of Deadbeat at Dawn, who's like been one of my favorite bands for a couple of years. And like the similarities were kind of funny, even though they're from the UK. It's like we were both kind of like ska punk, but you could hear the rap influences in it and the hip hop and all that. We're like, we should put something out, and they're like, hell yeah, because they could have vinyl in the US and we could have vinyl in the UK. So why the hell not? And then we got Aaron, one of the vocalists, like on the more metal song that we did, Carmageddon, to join in to kind of bring it all together. Like, okay, now we got a song that's got members of both bands in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. I mean, that one, I love that song. It's hard. It's fast. I mean, it goes hard, but it was also like, we got a 7-inch. We don't have that much time. So we're like, dude, let's do this one. Cause it's, minute and a half long. We can fit it on there. We can have 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And actually, by the time it's said and done, I'm like, oh, this shit hits. And Ryan screams on it are like haunting. Like you could tell Ryan's metal influences in that because it's like his growls and screams. It's like almost scared me when we were recording it. I'm like, oh my God, what's coming out of this dude?
Yeah, he was like making this face as I was recording them. And even at that time, I was so out of doing metal screams at that. I think I was like maybe a year or two kind of away from it a little bit, at least at that level. And once I heard it back, like around the time that we were about to release it, I honestly forgot that it was me that did. I'm like, that's my voice. Is that me?
Is there anything that any of your releases or something that I'm missing as we're going over this? Because it was kind of hard to follow because it's mostly singles up there, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the COVID thing fucked us, and we're trying to get out of that habit of just doing singles, but at the same time, it's like I said, we're all adults. Like Ryan's just recently married the other week. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thanks, dude.
Timmy's engaged. Ryan's the only one that doesn't have kids. Our drummer Maddie's actually got 2 grandkids now. And it's like getting each other together to actually record for like a full album. It's so hard at this point, and then we sit on songs forever and we're like, some of them are like, we want that song out because it's good and we can't wait till we do a full length. So we're naughty and then we release it because, we get bored.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Not like when we got shows, it's like we got to get together. And then we're like, okay, we're going to run through the set list. And then it's like we can't get together for another 2 or 3 weeks if we're lucky. And we're like, much less to sit down and,
flesh out new stuff.
But I mean, it'll come. But it's like I said, with the kids and everything, it's hard.
But I'd like to think that I'd like to think that we can get into at least a little bit of a groove on that anyway, especially since I feel like, and even whether it be, like I said, I just got married or, my own job, our own jobs, the kids and all that, like we'll be able to find a way to hopefully get at least even out enough that maybe we might be able to have practice 2 weeks in a row. We'll see what happens.
Oh shit, that would be crazy.
Oh my God, it would be. It really would be.